My mother was asking me and my sister to choose the man we wanted to marry. My sister surprisingly did not choose the gloomy STEM student she spent 4 years pursuing. Instead, she went for the rich, but infamous playboy. Shock colored my mother's face. I know he's rich, Joan, but what if you get all known and unknown STDs? I thought you loved Gil. Are you sure you're making the right choice? That did not sway my sister's mind. That alone told me what I had been suspecting all along. Like me, my sister was reincarnated. In our previous lives, she happily married Gilbert Terrason, but he left her on reed for 10 long years. His cold treatment drove her a little gaga. That playboy, however, stopped his philandering lifestyle for me and loved me like his life depended on it. He gave me all his riches, and we became the model couple everyone wouldn't stop talking about. Then, it happened during the ball. On my 10th wedding anniversary, my sister, consumed by rage, burned us into cinders. Here we were, on our second chance in life. This time, I took Gilbert's hand. No takebacks, Joan. Don't try to do a third take, my sister snickered. As to you, this time, all the love in the world is coming to me. Ah, yes, love. Joan still did not get it. Love was the most unreliable element in any marriage. Our mother was still trying to talk my sister, Joan Wood, out of her choice. Gilbert's rich, too. I know he doesn't take any money from his family, but he's their heir, so sooner or later. Joan cut her off impatiently. Enough. I spent 4 years on him, but he wouldn't even give me a moment of his time. What makes you think marrying him would be a happy ending for me? Just relax, Mom. I mean, I'm hot. Jonathan's going to be head over heels for me. I watched Joan's overflowing self-confidence with amusement. In our previous lives, I was engaged to Jonathan Pearson. Our first meeting happened in a nightclub. He gave me a call and told me to bring him a box of rubbers. When I walked into his parlor, he was accompanied by 5 alluring women with bodies that could redefine impossible body standards. With a grin on his face, Jonathan tossed $100 at my face. First lesson of being my wife. You have to be smart. Jonathan had seen more than his fair share of beauty. Beauty was worthless for him, yet Joan insisted on her choice, and my mother spoiled her rotten all the time, so she went along. The next day, I called Gilbert. Let's meet. I don't see the necessity in that, he answered, his reply devoid of warmth. There was something I had to clear up with this guy before our marriage. I said, I have news about Jillian Terrason. If that interests you, meet me at the nightclub. Jillian was Gilbert's adopted sister. He picked her himself when he was a kid, but the girl went missing 4 years ago. With my knowledge I gained from my previous life, I knew Jillian was the one thing that weighed heavily on his heart. I knew he would show up. An hour later, the parlor's door swung open. Gilbert came in, all dressed in black. He took the seat across from me, and the look on his face screamed hostility. Talk. I ignored his demands and took out an agreement. I can leave you to do anything you want and stay out of your business. I'll keep up appearances as a couple, but in exchange, your startup will partner up with mine for this deal. My mother spent all her money on Joan when I was in college. I worked hard to get the money for tuition and everything else. Right before graduation, I opened up a workshop with my friend. Our companies were both startups, but his was a lot bigger than mine. If I could get the deal, my company could grow. He sneered. What makes you think you can negotiate with me? And do you really think you can tell me what to do? Okay, I said coolly. Guess Jillian stays a mystery then. That stoked his fury. He didn't bother hiding the expression, but the guy took the pen and signed the papers. Now talk. I smiled. She's still alive. A heavy silence weighed down on us. I knew what he wanted. A continuation. However, I had set down my glass of wine and got ready to leave. Sometimes you had to dangle the bait in front of the prey and make them work for it. Instead of stopping me, he only followed me in silence. Then, we ran into Joan. I picked this club on purpose. Given the horrendous way I died, I figured I wanted to make Joan the clown of the show this time around. To my surprise, she and Jonathan were clinging to each other sweetly, and she was approaching me with a smug look on her face. Well, someone looks gloomy. Did he